In July, Liverpool said goodbye to Luis Díaz, the Colombian spark who could flip a game in one run. Bayern Munich had been chasing him all summer. Even Barcelona tried to get in on it. You could say he was one of the most wanted wingers in Europe at that point. But hey, Liverpool got 75 million euros for him, more than double what they paid Porto. So on paper, it looked like another masterclass in Liverpool's famous buy smart, sell smarter strategy. Except now, 11 games later, it's starting to feel like they didn't just sell a winger, they did the worst kind of business. They sold their fire for profit. Let's talk about why letting Luis Díaz go might be the move Liverpool regrets more than any transfer in years. At first, almost everyone agreed it was great business. A 28-year-old was sold for nearly twice his value, with Liverpool looking to rebuild classic Liverpool business. But once Diaz arrived in Germany, the story changed quickly. 10 matches, 10 direct goal involvements with 5 goals and 5 assists. That's more than any Liverpool player this season. If the so-called forward line in a new league, maybe the problem wasn't the player after all. At Bayern, Diaz looks freer. He operates in quicker transitions, with fewer restrictions, less emphasis on possession for possession's sake. Company has him combining with still. It's football that suits him. Instinctive, vertical, energetic. Back in Liverpool, however, spontaneity has been replaced by rhythm. They still look organized, but the spark is missing. The kind of spark that used to arrive in one blur of red down the left flank. The first issue Diaz's departure exposed was depth. Liverpool's wide options now look thinner than they have in years. Salah is still producing, but he isn't the same touchline winger he once was. He now drifts inside to operate closer to goal. On the opposite side, Gakpo prefers to play in the half spaces rather than on the line. Chiesa, talented as he is, remains inconsistent, and the young wide players, full of promise, aren't yet ready for the kind of responsibility Diaz carried. Arne Slot recognizes this. He has experimented with midfielders like Wirtz and Frimpong on the wings, trying to recreate balance, but none have the same effect. It's like using the right tool for the wrong job, tidy but without impact. The absence of a natural wide runner has changed the geometry of Liverpool's attack. Without someone stretching defenders, the team's play funnels inward. The result is a team that dominates possession, but rarely disorganizes its opponent. They look predictable. And predictability, especially in the Premier League, rarely wins you games. One of the less discussed consequences of Diaz's exit is how much harder it has become for Liverpool to move the ball from back to front. Under Klopp, they could beat a press in 2 ways. A long diagonal from Trent Alexander-Arnold or Diaz, carrying the ball 30 yards up the pitch. Now, with Trent and Diaz gone, both escape routes are missing. When opponents press high, Liverpool often turns sideways or backwards, slowing down transitions. By the time they reach the final third, the opposition is already organized. Every top team has that one player who can carry the ball under pressure. Real Madrid have Vinicius Jr. and Mbappe. City has Foden and Doku. Arsenal have Saka and Rice, who can both drive forward through contact. Liverpool used to have Diaz. Now, their best ball carrier might be Gravenberch, and he's usually too deep to make those runs consistently. This matters more than people think. Diaz could turn defense into attack in 3 touches. Another major difference in Liverpool's game is the pressing. Pressing used to be their heartbeat. Under Klopp, Liverpool's forwards were the first defenders. Diaz embodied that perfectly. He pressed with purpose, chased relentlessly, and forced mistakes that led to chances. He was the type of player who made 88 minutes look like 70 because of how much ground he covered. That constant intensity has disappeared from the front line. And once one link in a press slows down, the rest follow. The impact is visible. The penalty conceded against Galatasaray, a broken counter-press. The late goal versus Chelsea, another lapse. Moments Liverpool once handled with control now end in panic. Across Europe, elite sides rely on wingers who can initiate the press. Barcelona has its trigger. Liverpool is discovering that the hard way. While statistics tell part of the story, some skills live in moments that don't make data sheets. Those skills were invisible, but impactful, and what Diaz offered in Liverpool. Diaz brought a level of passion and forcing others to move with him. That kind of energy can't be coached. It's emotional leadership, rare in football. This season, Liverpool feel quieter. They pass well. They keep their structure, but the emotional charge has gone. Salah remains Liverpool's biggest name, but his impact depends on goals. When he isn't scoring, he fades from the game. Diaz, even on days when he didn't put goals in, he still influenced matches with positivity and intensity. He carried a kind of defiance, a refusal to let the team drift. Inside the club, the decision between the two wasn't straightforward. Liverpool considered letting Salah go last season to save wages and refresh the attack, but his late-season scoring run and public comments about wanting to stay changed everything. Under pressure from fans and media, the board extended Salah's deal. Diaz became the expendable one. In hindsight, Liverpool might question that logic, because when things go flat, effort can be more valuable than numbers. To be fair, this isn't only about one player leaving. Liverpool are undergoing a transformation under Arne Slot. Klopp's Liverpool thrived in sudden changes, win the ball, move it forward in possession, but in moving to play within a structure and still break patterns when needed. Now, without that, Liverpool's attacks feel orderly but predictable. They hold the ball longer but create fewer surprises. Opponents have time to adjust, and that half-second difference is everything. At Bayern, the contrast is clear. Diaz plays in a system designed to unleash his movement. Quick combinations, early passes into space, teammates who understand his rhythm. He hasn't changed much. Liverpool, meanwhile, looks like a team still negotiating their new identity. Evolution always comes with trade-offs. In this case, it might have cost them their most instinctive outlet. To be clear, Luis Díaz isn't the sole reason Liverpool has looked less electric. Trent Alexander-Arnold's move to Real Madrid has removed another creative outlet from deep. The team also lost Diogo Jota to a ghastly car accident before the season began. And to top it all, Slot's tactical changes are still settling. The level of competition this season is higher than ever. Arsenal, City, and Spurs have all evolved. So there are a lot of factors, but Diaz's departure feels symbolic and may be a major factor. Football clubs are often judged by numbers, profit margins, resale value, net spend. Liverpool made the correct business decision. But in doing so, they may have weakened the very thing that made them nothing. And right now, Liverpool looks like a team that spends 90 minutes searching for one. So what do you think? Was it smart business? Or a mistake they'll regret when the season ends? Leave your comments and don't forget to like and subscribe for more football stories like this.